Stevie, 4 losses in a row, but you have been playing teams top of the league. How important is it to get back to winning ways at the weekend?
Yeah, it is. It's massively important. It always is. I mean, regardless of the personnel or the fixtures or the opposition, yeah, it's massively important. It's especially that last week. We're playing some good teams, thick and fast, and the results weren't what we wanted. Like always, win, lose or draw, we learn from it quickly. We look at it again and we move on, and we be better for it.
Do you feel that you owe United one for the game here? You could have scored 3 or 4 quite easily, 0-0 on the end.
Yeah, I think that's been quite consistent with our season, if I'm honest. That game would probably sum the season up so far for us. We've played well in spells, we've done well, we've created a lot of chances. I think we look at that from a positive point of view. We've just not kind of been clinical enough, and we've not took those chances. So I think that game was quite consistent with our season so far, but that by no means then we turn up and we're going to put on a similar performance or expect the game to have a similar outcome. We need to be ready for them. I think they've improved since then, and we need to be at our best.
Yeah, just on that, improved since then. What do you think has changed since Liam Fox has come in?
Well, I think, as always, he's going through. He's learning for his team. He's learning what's good. They've got some good options individually. They've got a lot of talent within their squad. They've got real options, especially top end of the pitch. So it's going to be a tough challenge for sure. Is
this the kind of perfect game for it to all click? You're talking about the game almost like summarising the season with the chances missed. Is this the kind of game that it can click? Goals to come in like that county away game?
Yeah, potentially. It's just another chance for us to go out and win the game. That's the way we're approaching it. It's the way we approach every game. It's not always going to be like that. As well as early in the season when we're winning games, and you're getting a lot of plaudits, and you're saying, look, we're doing well. This is easy. I mean, we weren't getting carried away. We weren't getting too excited about where we were going. So the opposite of that, when you lose a couple and you're starting to, the criticism's coming, then you need to be ready for that. But it's important we don't get too high when it's going well, and too low when like you said, like you point out, first and foremost, you'll lose some games. You can't get too down about it yet. We need to learn and quickly and be better for it, and we're prepared as we can be.
Bad news regarding Joe.
Yeah, it is. It's really frustrating. He's someone that's come in and progressed really well since we've come in. He's a player that I really, really like. I think we were seeing really good levels from him. He's a different type of player than we've got as well. He's a big player for us. So yeah, to lose him and for the time that he's going to be out is a massive blow.
And Louis out for a bit as well?
Yeah, Louis, it's been a frustrating one again, especially top end of the pitch to be shot. He had a small procedure during the week, but hopefully Louis not going to be the kind of level that Joe is in terms of time frame.
Must have felt a bit unlucky not to get something from the game last weekend.
Yeah, I felt we did. I felt first half we weren't near our best. We've looked at it again, but the second half I thought we were better. The second half I think we really did, and even being balanced, I think we did deserve to at least take a point for that game. We take confidence from that, but also guarding against our first half performance last week wasn't good enough, especially the early stages of the game. We improved as we went, but we're going to need to be at that level at least tomorrow.
A couple of incidents towards the end of that match, the shirt tug on Ricky Lamy and the Matt Kennedy incident. I wonder if you saw any clarity from Crawford Allen regarding those incidents and whether VAR was used.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the reaction's been to it, but in my opinion it's a penalty still. Even looking at it back, it's the one in Ricky is a penalty, and then with the angle we've got, it's a handball after. Our problem with it, and it's not us looking for excuses, our problem with it, how quickly it was all dismissed. Yeah, we've looked at it, it was like 30 seconds. We've looked at it, 3 incidents I think there was in total. There was 3. We've looked at it and that's it. The game's finished. So in terms of when these decisions are made and the time frame it takes to make these decisions, that wasn't consistent with what we seen at the end of the game. It was final whistle, game's done. That's it. So just disappointing. It's not excuses. I mean, we live and learn from it. But yeah, I do feel like we should have had a decision go away at the end of the game.
Is it something you spoke to Crawford about?
I think the club have been in dialogue, but myself personally, no. I mean, we can't change it now. We can't, that's something out of our control. We can't change that. I mean, the only concern from us was the time frame that it took, and how dismissive it was of any kind of claim that we had.
It's only one weekend, obviously, since VAR was used. Does that kind of change your view in any way of its implementation?
I understand why it's here, and I respect that, and I think going forward it's needed. I mean, I do think it takes away a lot from the game in terms of the atmosphere and the passion, and from the actual game and the ground. It's just different. It's different. But we'll hopefully, like we said, it's going to take time to get as close to, being as least intrusive of the game as possible. So we understand that, and hopefully as we go, we'll get better.
That was maybe one of the instances where it wouldn't have impacted the game because it was right at the end. I mean, I don't know if you saw it. I think from a penalty. After the final whistle, was that frustrating to see that when it didn't happen?
No, like you said, it shouldn't matter when it is in the game, but yeah, when the incident that we were looking at was so late, it's kind of leaves you disappointed that went against us as well as the result. So yeah, like I said, we'll learn from it. We can't control it now. We need to just be better.
Has this been a good week for you to have a wee bit of time off? Because since Dingwall, it's been games every 3 days and tough games and tough journeys as well.
Yeah, and it's mostly the same players we're asking to do the jobs as well. I mean, we had 3 tough games in 6 days. I think we felt that in the Aberdeen game. We looked a little bit jaded in that game. It's been a week we've been able to control a little bit of recovery, but also spend the full week preparing for this game. And we're fully aware, I'm fully aware, the team are fully aware of how big a game it is for us, and it's gave us a full week to prepare as best we can with the same players.
Just come back to Louis, I mean, it seems pretty positive news that it's 7 to 10 days. I mean, are you worried about it could have been worse than that?
Yeah, he's been a miss for us. I mean, he's brought in obviously understanding that he can't play 90 minutes a week every week and play 50 games a season. We understand that. We understood that when he came in. Ideally, we'd have liked that to have been more. Just now, we were bleeding him in, and he was getting to a good level, and then to have a kind of setback just now has been disappointing. And that seems to be the way it's going just now. But yeah, hopefully we can see him back on the pitch soon, and he can start, making an impact on a match day.
Not to labour the point on Louis, but a lot of fans in around Motherwell were kind of concerned it was his knee again. So was it quite positive from that aspect of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a knee injury. No, and again, it's not. If you compare it to like Joe's injury, it's not serious like that. But it is something that stopped him contributing on a daily basis and obviously on a match day. So yeah, hopefully the procedure he's had done will help, and he'll be able to contribute daily and get back to being close to seeing him on a match day. That's what we want.
You just come out of you're not out of a tough month of October, you're still got another game to go. But how important is it to go on a run of a few games just now? That would really push up the table, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but like I said, with the squad issues and personnel, we're taking one game at a time. But between now and the World Cup, we've still got 3 or 4 tough fixtures in there. We're attacking this one. We're putting everything we've got into this one game, and then we'll see what the next game brings. But every single game we play in is vitally important. We turn up, we be as close to our best as possibly can. And like I said, we've had a good week's prep for it, and we're ready to go.